Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Friday to you. Hope you had an amazing week, and I'm excited to get into the readings today. Just going to get my desktop all set up here, and we will get started. If you are enjoying the free reading sessions, make sure to give the stream a thumbs up. That does tell YouTube that you're enjoying it. Also, it lets me know that, but it sends out the love tsunami out to the world, so you get to be part of spreading the Zen love. So thank you guys so much for all of you that do that. I definitely appreciate it. And almost done here. Excuse me. So if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we got a great group of people with huge hearts, great great senses of humor. It's a good combination in this day in life. Of course, that's very important to have, right? So I started doing something again that I used to do when I first started, which is sending love out to the world. Definitely this year is a huge transformational year. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, whether you're watching live or on replay, we can all join together and send love out to the world. So I'm going to take my beautiful singing bowl here, and we'll be using that. And if you just take a big deep breath and come back to this moment right here, right now, and then we'll let the love energy flow down and fill us up and then flow out to the world. So as I hit my singing bowl here. And of course, if you're in need of unconditional love in this moment, we send this love to you as well. Let's take it in like a giant hug from spirit, and or like a plant takes in the sun from the sunlight, or the sunlight from the sun. Beautiful, beautiful. So that'll keep going there for a moment. It's a beautiful singing bowl that continues to vibrate for quite a while there. So before we get into there, well, thank you for all those that join me in doing that. You know, when one of us, so sorry, when one of us sends out unconditional love to the world, it transforms like a million of energies of people that are experiencing lower vibrational energy that's rooted in fear. And when multiples of us do it independently, it's a million here, a million there, a million there, a million there, right? But when we join together, it multiplies it. So it's more than just 2 million. When two people do it, it's multiplied. So thank you, all of you that join me in doing that. So sorry, I got a frog in my throat suddenly, but it will come out eventually. And for those of you that are not aware of the free things that I offer, I have a lot of pick-a cards that I put out. I put out a special 2024 energy forecast for each individual zodiac sign, though. Here's the playlist. So if you want to get an idea of love, money, career for the year, check that out. We also break out the year into 3 equal sections of 4 months each, and Spirit has a blessing for each, and also what they wanted you to know about those. So be sure to check those out if you haven't. And then, of course, we're in the middle of solstice, well, kind of towards the beginning of solstice. And whether you're winter or summer, I'm so sorry. All right. Think I got rid of it there. It was just like wanted to leap out there. So apologies. But we have a winter solstice pick a card reading. So if you want to kind of find out for the 3 month period from December 21st to March 21st, what's going on, be sure to check that out. And, definitely look into the extra uh, additional option that they added in there, which is we pulled a card for each individual zodiac sign. So if you want to get like an idea of your sun sign, you can also look at it for your moon sign, your Venus sign, your Jupiter, whatever planet. And we even included the planets and what area of the life that it rolls over. So if you know your birth chart and you're like, hey, my moon is in Pisces, I want to know how my emotions are going to be kind of influenced during this 3 period, then you can go look at Pisces. So be sure to check those out. That can be looked at through this entire period. And of course, when we went into solstice in December, it also was the beginning of Capricorn season. So happy birthday to all you Capricorn sun babies out there. And there's a pick a card for all of us, but there's a special bonus 3 month reading for Capricorn. So be sure to check that out if you have Capricorns in your life. Send them that link and say, hey, bruddaZEN says happy birthday to you. And you can give them that reading. And then, like I said, each week I put out a variety of different picket cards. This was an amazing pilgrimage picket card where once a month we have a meditation and we go and visit a special kind of spiritual kind of site, which this one was Glastonbury Tor in England. And an amazing meditation. I feel like the meditations this year are going to be off the charts because this one blew me away. And there's a pick a card with that as well. So sorry that I'm hacking up here. And then also, we have the Capricorn new moon alert that just happened yesterday, but it will impact us. So, where am I being too serious in my life? Was the question. And there's some great pick a cards there. And then, of course, next week we're going to have Aquarius season. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. All right. And then if you're interested in any personal readings, I do offer personal readings, past life readings. I have a energy type of thing that I do, which is a hedge of peace and love. I have a Wish Upon a Star astro reading, which talks about your birthday wishes and then making the most of those and your new moon wishes. So it's a wonderful resource for finding out when's the period of time when you can ask for your 2 sets of 40 wishes and then your new moon wishes every new moon. And I also introduced birthday readings, which here's the link for that. And for my birthday readings, they are 50% off until the end of January. So if you're interested in any of those, you can check all that out, all that information down in the description box of the video. And I do have a couple of my YouTube channel members. And so a shout out to all of you. You'll see their names in green with a little badge. And if you're interested in becoming a YouTube member, channel member, you can check the list in the description box of the video too. For $7.99 a month, you could be a praying mantis member where after I'm done with all of these readings, I go into a special session with just them and we pull cards, we are reading books, we're learning, we're growing. We have a special Q&A on Thursday nights for 2 hours too. So if you're interested, all in the description box. All right. So that's all the blah, blah, blah. That's why I started a little early, because I want to make sure you guys are aware of all the free stuff that's out there. And we will get started in a moment. I'm going to be using this deck today. It's the Lost Soul Tarot. So if you're interested in this beautiful deck, that's what the box looks like. And doesn't have the author listed in here. It's probably in the book on the inside, but if I'm sure you'll recognize it with the picture there. So we will get started. We do have a few donations, so we will start there. So Supernova, hello, hello. Thank you for your first donation. So, and I see you have 2, so we'll give that first one some love here. And you want to know current messages from your spirit guides. All right. So let's take a look here. Okay. And see what they want you to know here. their messages right now. All right. So the first card that came out here is the Hermit card. Beautiful, beautiful card there. And the Hermit card, of course, is this invitation to spend some time with spirit. They're like, um, the little lantern that's there is spirit, and they're the ones that guide us on our path. They're the ones that show us, um, where we can go and shit's light on our path so we don't trip and fall and stumble into a ditch. So spirit is inviting you to have this time with them, and to do that here, because you also have the Judgment card that came out here with the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is about changing directions and changing like path and altering course. And the Judgment card is your higher self calling you. This is like your calling. And so they're saying here that they will help guide you on your path towards your dream. With the Judgment card, is really they're calling you to this higher place. And so if there's alterations to be made, and like if they'll know, because they are the eye in the sky, right? So they'll look ahead in our path and see that there's traffic on the highway up above, and they're like, I know what's up there, so I'm asking you just to take this next exit. I know you can't see the traffic yet. When you get up over the hill, it's going to be red lights all the way, with all the brake lights where everyone is stopped. And so they're like, follow us and we will guide you and show you the way for you there. Yeah. And the Two of Cups. Here's the Two of Cups, which is this, developing this relationship with you and your higher self, right? And having this really important relationship with spirit. All of this together with these four cards. You have three more, which we'll see in a sec. All four of these are about spirit, saying that you can develop such a intimate and important relationship with spirit. We already have one. It's just becoming aware of it. They're around us. It's like we have a best friend who is always behind us, supporting us, able to help us, telling us and giving us a lot of guidance. But if we don't tune in and listen to them, we're missing out on a lot. And I feel like this is an important piece, for you here, is to develop that relationship there. Let's put these other cards are here too. Yeah. Okay. So you've got the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Cups. Dreams come true card here. Again, in the nine, the Hermit's emotional energy. The Ace of Swords is connecting to the higher knowledge, clarity coming in here for you. And you have the King of Cups too, balancing of your heart and your mind. That comes in with all of this too. So I like this, that spirit is saying, what are their current messages for me is get to know us and spend as much time getting to know us and developing this relationship. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Nine of Pentacles. So right now is an important time to develop this, relationship with spirit, with your spirit guides, because they do have a lot to offer you and a lot to guide you and connect you with people. And just the more you have this strong relationship with them, the easier life is and the smoother things go and the further you go. It's like that, that whole energy of, if we listen, we won't get stuck in traffic and be delayed. They'll be like, hey, take this right. Why? I know a back way off, and you go off and you're off here and you see the traffic backed up for miles and miles and miles on this freeway while you're on this little two-lane highway going zipping along, right? So this is their message for you with that. So I like that. And then thank you for your additional donation here. Let's give that some love too, since it lets me. And you want to know, what do spirits guide perceive in you and how do they view you? All right. So let's take a look here. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. What came flying out here? All right, and what are these here? Okay, so we've got the Hierophant here. And so they do see you as someone that can be a teacher and a student at the same time here. And that's how they look at us is they don't see us and with especially and they kind of view us all the same in a way because they do see us as bright lights. They do see us as, these this all-knowing individual because that's who we are on the other side, but we're also down here as students walking around the mountain of who we are, this perfect mountain, discovering who we are. So they kind of see us as these little mad professors running around doing experiments, and they're having a blast with us. And so they know we're here growing and learning on behalf of everyone else too, because the entire other side can tap into the experiences we're having and we're feeding it all back. It's like they're all able to watch it on a giant screen TV or something, but they get to feel it, they get to experience it along with us. And that's what they are seeing a big piece of is like, yeah, you're on this adventure, you're learning, you're growing for us, you're doing it and we're doing it with you. And so you're not in this alone. And they almost don't look at us as separate. They look at us as a part of them and having this experience. They're showing me in my head. There's an old was it it was a funny type of sci-fi movie, and it was probably before you were born. But they had these aliens, this little group of like 5 or 6 aliens that when one would eat something, they all would act like they're eating something, like they'd move their mouths because they were all tasting and experiencing what each individual person would do. And if someone like hit their hand, everyone would feel the pain. And that's kind of what they're showing is like we're a collective. They're experiencing everything. They don't see us as separate like we do down here. They just see us all as one, which is very interesting. They see you as a balanced individual. Here's that King of Cups coming back out, balancing head and heart. And so they see you as someone that is becoming, like with this King of Cups, becoming that because you are that already on the other side, but you're on this journey here with the Knight of Cups of becoming that, becoming aware of that and of your power. And also the Four of Pentacles, which is the becoming the stability in the outside world. A lot of this energy that comes in with these four cards together does talk about, this they see that you're on this journey of learning that the outside world doesn't fulfill us, and the more we turn inward and upward, the fuller we are and the more we see the world as full. But when we're looking to the outside world to define us, relationships, people with people and situations and things, that we feel unstable and it feels short. So they see all that here, and again, here's your Leo energy with the sun card coming in, but it's this brightness. And, they see you that you're in this beautiful journey of shining light on every area of your life. And with this Nine of Swords, you're realizing what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets no longer serve you, and that you're releasing fears and you're discovering these. And this is the big journey is to experience them. But when you're bored with them and done with them, then we can transform those. So I like those for you. And that's what they have for you, Supernova. So that's, perceiving you and how they view you. They view you as this bright light of themselves, but we're all masters on the other side. And here we are pretending to be students and learning and growing and applying things and walking around the perfect mountain, like I said, of who we are. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they're having here for you right now. So thank you again for your double donations. I appreciate you. And we will continue moving down the list here. We got Dune is up next. Let's give your donation some love. Thank you for that. And you want to know, they talk about having to prepare for war in Sweden, will you personally be affected? All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. What the spirit wants you to know about this. The rumors of the war. Prepare for war. How will you personally be affected? All right. Yeah, and you actually, I mean, you got some great cards here. You got the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind. We like that. So they're saying you can just calm your mind around these rumors. It gives you an opportunity with the Four of Swords to look at, what are our fears, because we've had wars and rumors of wars, as they say in the Christian Bible, for centuries. There's always, oh, who's going to attack who next and what's going to happen next, right? And it's like, and ever since nuclear weapons all the way back into this in the 60s, it's like, oh, who's who, oh my gosh, we learn to live under this. Well, here we go. I know with my host and I, we're like, when fears start to rise, we have a little thing we do of, I've had a good life. I'm either going to get through this next moment or I'm not. In either case, I'm going to be fine. Because what are we fearing? Am I fearing death? No, I'm like, I welcome it. I'm not like going to kill myself, but I'm like, yeah, if it's my time to go, oh my gosh, especially the more you connect with spirit on the other side, you're like, that is like a place of unconditional love and no pain, no work, no taxes, no arguments, no conflict, no wars. And it's like, all right, if it's my time to go, let the nuclear bomb explode right above me. I don't want to survive it. But we'll either get through this moment and be fine, or we won't and we'll be fine, right? And so there's this getting to the root of what our fears are that comes in with that card. You also have the Empress, which is new birth, which is harvest and victory, a very free feeling card, full free of all of those expectations, thoughts, beliefs, and all that other stuff that we've been given in our lives here. And we got the Nine of Cups too, which is, instead of focusing on our fears, if we focus on our dreams and go, okay, you know what? There could be, we'll put it this way, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So if I am battling on the inside of me, I'm going to see battles on the outside. If I'm warring with myself on the inside, I'm going to see war and fear in the outside world. But the more I focus on my unconditional love and my dream, then I see that in the outside world. We are the ones that control our perception and the realities of our world by the energies that we put in here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You actually got the world card. Speaking of the world, and you have the Eight of Cups too, which is walking away from the emotions that don't serve you. And the world card is the ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. So it will impact you in that it'll allow you to head off into your new world, into your new experiences too. And it helps you leave behind emotions that don't serve. And in this beginning, this world card is the last card in the major arcana. You start off with the full card, zero, which is a lot like the Empress too, which she is all about new birthing and freedom, coming in. Sorry, it's so bright here. Let's see if we can get it to focus. There it goes. So there's this brightness that comes in here, and it actually helps move you towards your dreams come true. um with whatever's unfolding, it just allows you to go, what am I waiting for? It's like when COVID hit back in 2020. 2020 was a year of seeing life more clearly, right? 2020 vision. And it was like, what are we waiting for? To live my dream, to die? That's what was a big transformational year for me, because I left corporate life and said, I don't want to do this anymore. What if I got sick and died tomorrow? What was I waiting for? I didn't get to live my dream. And so this is about, what fears are holding me back, and I'm out, I'm going to head forward. So I feel like this actually helps spark you to move forward in your dream and going, what am I waiting for? And um, I'm gonna, reevaluate what does it take for me to live my dream? Because I used to hold me back. All the stuff I thought would have to, I was thinking has to, should happen, needs to happen, must happen before I'm able to go, do what I want to do. But um when I'm like, help, creator, I need to do this. I can't take it anymore. Please show me a way. And then the ways opened up. A friend of mine asked me to go live with her in southern Utah, out of the blue. And I'm like, all right, here it goes, And then a couple years after that, my host here invited me to come live here. And there's just this stuff that, um, unfolds so beautifully. And when we realize that and we begin to focus on miracles, there was, oh, was it? Yeah. There was this card. Now I see why they wanted this. This is like for everyone. I was looking at this before I went live, and it says surrender to miracles. There it goes. Love dolphins. And it says, be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. And it's a beautiful, powerful message. And I love that for you. So hopefully that brings you the clarity that you're looking for there, Dune. And I appreciate your donation so much. Hang in there. We'll all either get through this or we won't. And in either case, we'll be fine. We'll be on to our next adventure if there's a giant war or anything. But I feel like well, we're actually entering into a beautiful change, which I mentioned it in next week's pick a card about the Aquarius and Pluto moving into Aquarius. It's been in Capricorn for a couple decades, which is all about work and structure and boom, 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 which we've experienced. And now Pluto, who's the planet of death and rebirth and transformation, like Scorpio energy, it is moving into Aquarius. And Aquarius is all about change of society, change of the way we look at things. And I feel like the majority of people are getting tired of the old way of politics and the way things are being done. And the people will start making change because we're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, right? So that's when change happens, is when this energy of the planets is inspiring us to think of different ways of doing things instead of just regurgitating the old. So some beautiful things coming our way in a lot of ways. You are very welcome. All right, Johanna, I'm so glad. Miracle vibes happening. Very miracle vibes. I love it. Perfect. All right. And you are actually up next, Johanna. So thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love here. And I think you asked it up above, right? Let me just scroll up here. If not, yeah, there you are. You want to know what is the energy between Leon and you? All right. So let's take a look here. What's the energy going on between the two of you here? All right. This one, and I want this one and this one first. Oh, yeah, that's the last one. All right. Let's see what the energy is going on here. So sorry. Let's take a sip of my coffee here. The pipes are clearing up. We're getting like sub-zero weather here. Today is a warm day with a high of 32. And then the next 3 days we go into sub-zero weather, Fahrenheit anyway, into like -1, -5, and like minus something 8, whatever on Monday, with snow on Monday. Chance of snow anyway. I love snow. So you can feel the moisture getting pulled out of the air. I'm gonna have to put on my humidifier. All right. So, Johanna, you've got the 9 of Wands here. And so there is this, the energy between you feels like there's this barrier. Let's see what this barrier is, because it feels like a force field that's keeping things, keeping you guys separate, keeping you guys in this, energies. Here, let's see what we have. Seven of Pentacles. So there's slowness, right? There's this, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit when it comes to the Seven of Pentacles, which means things are growing ever so slowly. And you're like, what is happening? So this Nine of Wands and Seven of Pentacles energy does feel like, why are we being held back? Um, and why are things going so slow? We got the Queen of Cups coming in here. And so this is the Queen of Cups. She rolls over the, you know, cup suit with the king. Well, all the queens are given a second portion of water. So she's very emotional. She dives very deep into the, energies of the emotions. Um, and when I get this card, um, I sometimes I'll get the Six of Cups energy, which all of our Akashic records, past life energy is there. And there's like this, um, drawing together, right? It's like almost unexplainable. It's like, why am I so drawn to them? And I feel like there's some of that deep below the surface that is attracting you. Let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, and the Two of Pentacles. So there is this balancing energy coming in here, because even in this Queen of Cups, which is not normal, she has two cups where she's balancing them. And I feel like there's two loves going on here, in either in both of your lives or one of your lives, where there's an old love and a new love, or two possibilities, and or two interests that are happening here. And things, that's why things are kind of just, that's part of why things are going slower, is because there's this uncertainty of things. And even one of those can be not an actual person. It's funny. It could be the dream of someone, like, we have like this dream person in our head of like, oh, they're going to be this and that and that and that and that. And like, well, you're in the real world. But I also, what if I settle for you and I give up my dream? And I don't feel like that's them towards you. I feel like there might be a little bit of that energy within you of, do I really want to settle? Okay, yeah. So here's the Six of Cups. So as I was saying, the past life energies are definitely there. That's them confirming that. Thank you. And we have the Four of Wands, which is, in a past life, you guys were married. You did have these committed relationships with the Four of Wands, because those two cards came out together. So you do have this past life connection, this energy that draws together. And that makes sense. So this Queen of Cups is this, the past life relationship you guys had compared to who you guys are in this life. So there's um this energy, this, I want to say, this conflict that's going on in the inside of both of you, because you have this subconscious memory of who you were to each other in a past lifetime. This is crazy. I love it though. And that's bubbling down there, and you're like, yeah, but this is so much less than what you guys had in the past lifetime. It's almost like Romeo and Juliet past lifetime, where maybe you were Romeo and they were Juliet, but there's this like passionate love from very early on, young age. And it was like, but I mean, not like you guys died like in Romeo and Juliet, but there was this, such a powerful, full, like almost twin flame type of energy from a past lifetime. But this lifetime, you guys aren't quite twin flames. That was enough for that lifetime. And I feel like that's why there's this memory and this draw, but there's this going, yeah, but I I feel like it would be this, but I don't see that being that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense. And you do have the Page of Swords, so there will be some clarity that's coming forward here. With this Page of Swords, you're gaining some higher perspective here in the near future. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Swords, which is balancing the heart and the mind, and she actually has the Ace of Swords in um, her hands too, which is connecting her and allowing her to see things with clarity here. So I like this energy, at least it explains a lot of like why am I so drawn and but why do I feel kind of disappointed in who they're being in this lifetime? And sometimes like we're like, oh, it's because we were raised a certain way, like this is who someone should be. But I feel like this is like you've had this experience in a past lifetime, maybe more than one too, of this such strong bond of love between the two of you. In this lifetime, it kind of feels like a little. Uh, they're showing me a fire pit, a little fire pit compared to a volcano. It's like I'm used to the volcano, but that's coming in there. So hopefully that makes sense there. Of it's not that um that it can't be a loving relationship here, but they're just letting you know that there's this Nine of Wands, this barrier that seems like it's holding you back, and this, the Seven of Pentacles, the slowness of things growing. It feels like you're going so slow in comparison to past lives, and then this holding back feeling that you're getting is because it's not what it was in past lives, even though there's this kind of draw and energy in the subconscious of both of you to do that. So, yeah, got things bubbling up. Okay. So you're like, okay, I get it. I get it. I see what those things are. And it's like, okay. So allowing it to be what it is, allowing it to grow and be, and going, okay, I understand this now. But you can even do some meditations, journaling. I do past life readings too, if you want to know about past lives. Um, but I feel like if you kind of don't over focus on those past lives, but remembering them, going, okay, I remember them for what they were, connect with those to your Akashic records and the subconscious part of you in whatever way you feel that you can. And then you're like, okay, so this is a different lifetime, but this, I'm understanding this draw with them, but I can allow this to be something different and accept it for what it is, right? And I feel like that's this knowledge that you're gleaning, this higher awareness. So I like that. Very interesting. So thank you for asking that. I've never had that before, in that the comparison between the two, going, why aren't they being who I want them to be? Oh, I mean, who they were in the past. Oh, because they're a different character in this movie, right? So I like it. All right, and that's what they have for you, Hana. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All righty. So we did those. And Mia, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love here. I did see your question down here. Hello, hello. Nice to see you too. You want to know Will F, and you might be the right one for him. Reading your letter, his true deep feelings. All right, yeah, let's take a look here and see what's going on here. You're very welcome, Johanna. So let's take a look here. So with after reading your letter, what one, is he going to feel like he's the right one? Is that going to spark going, yay? Or what if not, what are his true feelings? Let's take a look here. All right. So after reading your letter, the Nine of Wands comes in here, and I just put this back in the deck, and it came flying out. The Nine of Wands is like there's this barrier that's holding him back here, and I see here that they have a lot of emotional confusion after reading the letter. They just have so much emotion and different emotion that it just, with this is this the Knight of Wands, is it stirs up passion, but not so much and then a lot of emotional, a lot of emotional, like I said, confusion, a lot of emotional firestorm, or just there's so much emotion, so many different things. But it definitely, the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight out of them all, but it's also like the prince. And if you like have watched movies where the princes of a kingdom are young, they're hormonal, so they don't know how to control their hormones, um, whereas the king is usually more aware of things, and they know how to control their passions. But I feel like their passions are ignited, but this Nine of Wands is what is holding back their passions. They can't get through here. They've got a lot, but there's this barrier. So emotional confusion and passionate confusion. Let's see what their true emotions are under here and see what we got going on here. All right. Yeah, I mean, we've got the 10 of Wands, which is, I feel like they've got a lot going on in their life, and that makes sense with this 9 of Wands and all this Wands energy is they've got so much energy that they're putting forward into the world and into things, that's why they just I feel like that's what's holding them back, is because they've got, and that makes sense with the 7 of Cups emotional confusion too. They just got, like, their life is full, full, full. Like, I almost feel like lower vibrational Aries energy where they're great starters and things, because they're the babies of the zodiac, and there's higher vibrations. So Aries, anyone Aries, you're probably at a higher vibration. So you're like, you can remember, oh yeah, I used to be great at starting stuff, a lot of stuff, and I have like 10 projects going, but none of them going anywhere because before I make any progress on my project, I think of another project. And I feel like this is where they're kind of at, where they're just like boom, 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 and all this energy everywhere, right? Um, yeah, and here's their inner conflict that's going on here between the with the 5 of Swords, which is this conflict between their head and their heart. And they definitely have this 4 of Wands energy, and this is what they're desiring. This is what they're trying to find. And the 4 of Wands could be marriage, card, but it's celebration. It's they're looking for stabilized energy because they feel scattered and everywhere else. And so this is one of the things that they're having this conflict about, is what is it going to take for me to feel stable energetically and passionately, because they just feel like they're all over the place, right? And they are going through this period here of death and rebirth. I love this death card. Beautiful, beautiful cards. And the Hanged Man, which is also kind of like a cocoon, like a caterpillar going through the transformation to a butterfly. And so, when we're looking into them here, me and Mia, and going, what are their true deep feelings and all this going on? And I don't feel like they they know with all of this firestorm. It's like they're doing somersaults in a tornado, or a hurricane. They don't know which side is up and where they're going, or, if you've ever been at an ocean and you have your back to the sea and you don't realize a big wave comes and it just wipes you out, and you're rolling with the wave and you have no idea, is that up or that up or that up? I don't know what's going on. And this is the kind of energy that I feel like they're going through, is they don't know what's going on. They have these desires for, I mean, they got passion and they've got, emotion, but they just got scattered all over the place. It feels like it's mixed in with a bunch of other emotions and passions for life too. So I just don't feel like they've got a clear head, or heart about their life right now. And so when we're asking for their energies, it just feels very scattered. It does feel very all over the place. So I feel like reading the letter um, adds to a little bit of their confusion, because it's like there's this. don't know if there's this urgency of them trying to make decisions, but I just feel like they're just flying all over the place, right now. So, wow. I'm, I feel like the whenever we're having that type of someone else is going through all that, it's a good mirror for you to look at and go, "How is that happening in my life? And where can I find the clarity of mind and heart and action and energy?" Um and because there's nothing really you can do for other people when they're going through that, because that's the journey that they want and what they need to experience, and we all need to experience our chaos because that's what happens in the cocoon. It's what ignites, a caterpillar to go into the cocoon and become caterpillar soup. It feels like chaos to the caterpillar when they lose their outer shell and become caterpillar soup to transform into the butterfly. For a period of time, we do feel like out of control and we don't feel like there's boundaries. We just feel expansive until we start developing into the butterfly. So hopefully that makes sense, Mia. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And Angel, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that some love here. Oh, you are very welcome. Thank you. And your question down here is that would you like to know that this baby is okay? I know you can give medical advice. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes, the disclaimer in the description box of the video about anything medical, even lawyers or financial, any of those things. There's a disclaimer about all that. So thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look here and see. So, what does Spirit and your spirit guides want you to know about Z baby? All right. Anything else? All right. So the bottom of the deck, the overall energy, you've got the Ace of Cups, and Ace of Cups is unconditional love and higher love, and I like this that it's in the hands of the Creator, and so there's this kind of this message of, um, you know, you can trust that. You've got um, you've got the Queen. I'm sorry, the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands, and what's amazing here is we've got they rule over air, and so all the mind that's developing, and we got the Queen of Wands, which is the passion, and she also has emotion. And so there's there it's like there's this energy going on here, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, the mother and the father of all things. It's like that it's in great hands. If you are so loved by the king and queen of a kingdom, then we are in good hands, right? And I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in here is, the mother and father um, essence of our creator, both of those energies that they've got your baby in their hands. So I like that. Let's see what else we've got here. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is this transformation of worth and the outside world, in that when we realize that it's not humans that bring us our sustenance in each moment, but it's the creator, the source who has endless resources. The Five of Pentacles is like this building of trust of things in the outside world, and I like that. It's like they're saying, "Trust me, trust us. Everything is going to work out perfectly." You've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. So beautiful, beautiful energies of movement and progression. So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving, which is all about, has the energy of the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and things are progressing, things are moving forward. So I like that here. And the Knight of Swords, and with the other with the King of Swords here and the Knight, I feel like they're saying that if you're concerned about the baby's mind, that the mind is developing and the brain is developing perfectly. Um, here as well. And you got the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is there's this, it's like you can help with the ease of the baby by being aware. The 9 is the hermit's journey, wands is where you're investing your energy. And so you can add into it and help by focusing on gratitude, by focusing on joy and laughter. And your baby is feeling every emotion, all the energies that you're experiencing. They're a passenger right now, until they come out to this world. Yeah, and especially here, even look at Mother Luna. You got on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Two of Wands, which is the choice of the energy that you're investing and focusing on. And the Moon card is Mother Luna, which would be your connection with them, the emotional connection, especially that where you're focusing your emotional energies, they're feeling and picking up on. I know that when I was in my mom's womb, she had, um, in between my brother and I, my dad had not been faithful, and so she had a lot of fear and heartache in her, and I felt that, and that was such a big part of my life, not trusting men and not trusting my dad and not trusting, um, relationships and a bunch of other things. And so they're like, well, just be aware, whatever you're focusing your energy on, is what is being communicated to the baby. They are picking it up on all of it all. And so something that you can do, they're like, everything's going fine, you're in good hands. But if you're like feeling like you're out of, not out of control, but out of, like, what can I do? Then that's one thing that you can do is focus your energies on that higher vibrational, unconditional love. And like I said, joy, laughter, peace, gratitude. Then your baby gets all of this energy of gratitude and higher vibrational energies. And it just helps them with their programming that the emotional child is already developing in your baby right now. So you're like, whoa, but you can do so much. The other thing is this card had stuck out to me too is surrender to rest and sleep. So allow yourself to rest. You're creating a beautiful child, right? To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, your body, and your spirit too. So I like that for you. So that is what they have coming in there for you, Angel. So many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. All right. And then Supernova, thank you for your additional donation. And scroll. There you are. So you want insight from Kurt's spirit on how you can connect with spirit guides. You just want to hear it from them who know. Maybe they have more of a helpful insight to share. Sure. Let's see here. What other advice do they have here? Actually, they always like Oracle. We got Divine Guidance Oracle here. And these are what's called fractal imaging. So I call them the spiritual ink blot test. Whatever you see in here is a special message for you. And then we'll read from the book too. All right. So here's your card. All right. So get ready. 1, 2, 3. I'll try to zero in a little bit so you can kind of see it more clearly. If it'll focus, there it goes. And we'll scroll up a little bit. There we go. This is card number 22, which is interesting. And I see wings here, like angelic beings. And card number 22 is about becoming aware that you are like so much more than the human character that you are on this planet, And it's like, how do you connect more with your spirit guides? Well, how we connect to our spirit guides with this energy is up through our higher self. It's like our higher self is our connection and conduit to the rest of the other side. we're the connector, and then we connect to all the massive our own spirit guides and everyone else that's around us. But then it just goes on and on and on and on, and we can connect to the entire universe, the entire spiritual world, right? This is called the grid, GRID. It says this is the grid, the living energy matrix of Mother Earth, and the secret pathways to other dimensions and realities of existence. The power of the sacred geometry within holds many keys that your subconscious is unlocking. This card shows your ability to explore and maneuver through other worlds and to bring information back from them. You may do this in the dream time, during meditation, or even unknowingly while completely conscious and alert. Hidden within this card are messages that only you can retrieve. So sit with this one for a while. And if you want like a clearer picture of that too, if you search the internet and just do Divine Guidance Oracle, card 22, the grid, any of that, you might get like someone has like taken a picture of it and uploaded it to the internet. And you might be able to look at it even closely and see what you see and what appears there. But I like that they're saying here that, one of the biggest ways that, it talked about meditation, it talked about, um, dream time, but it really is the focus on connecting with your higher self that connects you to everyone else as well. So I like that for you there. And yeah, and here too on the well, we've got this on the bottom of the deck. You've got the full card and the hermit card energy, which, sorry for the glare there. The full card is telling us that, there's this energy of um, letting all the expectations go is what also helps us connect, that there's no wrong way to connect with spirit. And whether it's playing a guitar, we connect with our heart, right? And we connect by focusing on higher vibrational energies, unconditional love and gratitude, and all of those things, right? And when we're in fear, that's when we have trouble connecting with our guides because it's so noisy, and they are higher vibrational. When we're in fear, we're lower vibrational, but we can raise our love vibration in moments and turning down the fear noise, turning up gratitude, joy, laughter. Those laughter and gratitude are two things that transform energy from fear to higher vibration. And then that's when we hear things so clearly from them too. But there's no wrong way, which I like them saying because it's true. I have friends who, when they go running, that's how they connect with spirit. Others, when they paint, other people, take a hot bath, and other people, meditation is for them. But there's a wide variety of ways, and you get to discover there's no like right or wrong way, and they're just like whatever brings you a higher vibration of love, joy, gratitude, laughter. That's the stuff that helps you connect with spirit, and it's the intention. The hermit card is intending, not just going, oh, okay, it'll just happen. It's like you take time away, you schedule time, you block time to sit with spirit, journal, whatever it is that, um, you know, whatever it is that you do, like for me, like I pull cards for, a lot of people with all these readings and paid readings and everything else. And how I connect with spirit is I will, as soon as I grab a tarot card or intend to. They're around you all the time, but I feel like it's like the microphone is on. Tap, 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 "Do you hear me now?" And they're like, yeah, we hear you. Do you hear us?" And I'm like, "I do." And then you just, like, "What do you guys want me to know? What do you wanna say to me?" And you'll get it in whatever way that it comes. So I like it. So that is what is coming in for you, Supernova, with that. So I like that question. So many blessings to you. And they are hilarious too. They will communicate in all sorts of ways through movies and, through things we hear, things we see, things we overhear, things we taste. They'll just touch memories and thoughts in our brain. They'll just drop things in our brain and things into our hearts and emotions. So all sorts of ways. So that is what they have. So many, many blessings to you. Again, thank you for your additional donation there. All right. So I think that is it for the donations right now. So I'll be on for about another hour. I'm going to start with the free readings at the top. If anyone does want to prioritize their reading, a donation of any kind will do that. Otherwise, I'm going to do like 1 to 2 card readings for the free readings. If you do want me to go deeper, again, also donations, I step out other free readings and dive deeper into those as well. So we will start here. We got Kritika Malhotra. Hello, hello. And you just got back from vacation. Well, welcome back. And you want to know what's going to happen between you and Arnav now? He's been liking your Insta stories. Ooh, you still think something is off or wrong. You don't know why. All right, let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know here about Arnav. All right. Yeah, I see here. There's still some indecision that's going on here. With the Six of Pentacle energy, there is this, energy of an out of balance giving and receiving type of energy that's left over in the subconscious. And that Two of Swords is the head and the heart that are battling. The heart wants something, but the head, it's the inner child going, no, no, you don't deserve that yet. And so this could be on both your sides that's happening. I have a great video that talks about the Six of Pentacles, and actually I think I have it here. Let me grab it here. Yeah. And so this is a, let me make sure here. Just got to make sure it's separate. There we go. That should work there. So this is a link to the playlist that I just put out there. And episodes 4 and 5 talk about fate. Episode 5 specifically talks about the Six of Pentacles, which is this energy of, like I said, this out of balance. And when we're taught younger, when we have this, I have to give so much to receive so little, it is an energy, is you feel like this forest field is keeping love away, maybe even promotions and jobs and money and different things away out of our life, because once our inner child develops this out of balance, I have to give so much to get so little, it's running below the surface in our subconscious on autopilot. And until we bring it into our consciousness and transform it and bring it to one instead of 1 to 1,000, where we have to give 1,000 coins to get one back, love coins, abundance coins, whatever those coins are, we can do that. And so if there's something like, it just feels like there's this something keeping us apart, keeping things from moving, keeping, people out, then that can be on our side and or their side. If we do with our side, they still have to do with their side, because if their little inner child still feels they don't deserve it, they're not going to let them have it. Or if we allow things to come into our life and our inner child goes and repels it back out of our life going, nope, you do not deserve that yet, you cannot have that, then that's what comes in there too. So that's what I feel like they have for you right now. Kritika Malhotra is look into those and see, what resonates with that, and they give you some tools in there too, how to transform those. So that's what's coming in there for you. So many blessings. And then new love. Hello, hello. You want to know, is Peter the guy you saw at the office or the two guys that you saw there? Will he be helping you? But you're confused which one is Peter. All right, let's take a look here. Clarity around here. All right. Cards are flying out here. Well, here's the Six of Pentacles again. So I just posted a video about the Six of Pentacles. So be sure to check that out to see what resonates here. Because the Fool card is, there is this new journey that's opening up without expectation. The Fool card is the first card in the major arcana, being the 0. And there is this movement forward, this new adventure, this new thing that unfolds. But the Six of Pentacles is this balancing that comes out here. And, there's this, before this can happen, there needs to be some balancing in worth, some balancing in thought and belief and mindset here. Because, and then I feel like the confusion will lift. You're not sure which one is Peter, you're not sure which one is going to help you, but right now there's this block with the Six of Pentacles because it's this out of balanceness, and it's the time of letting go of old ways, of old cycles, and beginning of a new cycle, beginning of new ways of doing things. And the Six of Pentacles is this deservedness that comes with that card. And it's the transformation of that, though, because there's this, if you don't feel like you deserve assistance, you're not going to get assistance from anyone. You're not going to have this. They can't get through. It's like a mime. There's this invisible wall, and you're like, no, come here. And they're like, I can't hear you. I don't know why they're showing me a mime with the invisible wall, but there is that there. And I feel like once you look into yourself and you're looking at your worth in a different way, you allow different ways to happen, and you invite um, the people that can assist you and help you, and love and abundance and whatever then flows in. But with that Six of Pentacles coming up, there is this out of balance, um, giving and receiving, where you normally have to give so much to deserve so little. So your inner child is keeping people at bay until that's resolved, because that's running down, like I mentioned just a moment ago, in your subconscious on autopilot. So be sure to check out that video. I just posted it just a moment ago down in the description box of the video. It's Take 10 with Zen. That's episode 5 is the one that deals with the Six of Pentacles, but you can watch as many of them as you want. They're short. They give you great tools too. All right, so that's what they have there for you. So many blessings to you. And then Dollface Diva, you are up next. So general for the week. Let's see, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Diva. All right. All right. Well, I like this combo because you got the Death card and the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is joy, celebration, which is good. The Death card is the ending and beginning of some things. So there is this great freedom that unfolds here. And with this change, whatever is happening here next week, you're happy with whatever ends and begins with this Three of Cups. Three of Cups too is about your spiritual posse. And if you have someone on the other side, like a loved one that's already gone back to the other side, this would be them also saying that they're going to make themselves known to you next week. If you have any kind of anniversary of someone's passing or someone's birthday, it's something happening. This is definitely them saying that they're going to make themselves aware to you during next week too, either a memory popping up into your head, or something like, how Facebook shows an old memory. There's something that shows up, or you come across something of theirs, but they are there with you next week as well, letting you know they've never left your side, that they've always been with you since they stepped out of their bodies. their physical bodies, but they are definitely letting you know that they're there. And so I like this energy of next week with this rebirth, this change that happens that you're very joyful about. Ending and beginning, significant one being Major Arcana Death card too. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings to you. So I just need to make sure here I've got. All right. All right. I just want to make sure. And got an email, but I don't I think it's spam. It's not really a donation. You get those little things. You're like, no, that doesn't look real. So, all right. So, Aldona Haj Darmataj. Hopefully, I did not totally destroy that. So, many blessings to you. And you'd like a general reading? So, let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. All right. So you do have this movement of energy that's happening here. With the three of these, you do have a financial situation or an external situation that is quickly with this Eight of Wands. This Eight of Wands is like fast, fast movement, energy. And the Five of Pentacles is a transformation of abundance or the outside world. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, which this means that whatever is unfolding here, this transformation that's happening quickly, brings in a situation that even your human is happy about. The Wheel of Fortune is fortune, the tune of for you, fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune tells us everything that unfolds in our life is for us. Sometimes our human just has a hard time getting on board with it, right? It's like, why on God's green earth is that for me, right? But there's this great energy that comes with this because it's like even your human is like, yeah, that's totally for me. And so there is this huge change happening here very quickly, very soon in your outside world that transforms your abundance, your outside world in a significant way with the Wheel of Fortune. But your human self is totally on board with it as well. So very positive things coming up here for you. So I like that. So buckle up. It's about to come out of nowhere almost with that Eight of Wands. So right, Aldona, that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Yeah, I am still taking questions here. I'm going to be on for a little less than an hour. And if anyone does want their reading prioritized, a donation of any kind does prioritize it. Otherwise, I'll try to get through as many free readings as I can between now and then. All right. And Dijona, hello, hello. You want to know a general for work? Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about work right now? What is going on in the work sector for your life here? All right. All right. I like this. You've got the Nine of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. So great cards to come out. I just put this back in. It came flying back out. The Nine of Swords is about our fears and the end of fears too. And it's like, what are you fearing about, um, your work, right? And it's like things that have been happening, things that have been um, being brought up in the work life, around work, around your performance, around what am I going to do, for work, blah blah blah. All this energy that we have supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts around work. These are coming in and have been brought up on purpose for a purpose because the 10 is endings and beginnings, and the 9 is like so close to letting go of fears too. And it's a great transformation because you're moving from this place of, the Nine of Swords is like nightmare and insomnia card. What's keeping you up at night? What are you dreaming about? What are you waking up in the middle of the night dreaming about? Or, you feel like you're having nightmares, right? But there's this transformation and change that happens here that is for your benefit. So it's like transform your fears from energy that draws you back and let it transform into knowledge and higher wisdom. I'm like, okay, why do I fear that? Why do I fear that? What am I really afraid of? Why is that taking my mental energy? Okay. And with these changes, that changes the progression and does move things forward with that Wheel of Fortune in, it moves it towards it in the future. So I like this that they're saying that, as you look at these fears and face them, it helps move things along. That's what is the steam in the engine that moves the train forward for work. So I like that for you, Dijona, and that's what's coming in for you right now. So many blessings to you. And let's take a look here. So Kritika Sayani, you want to know, will Anavesh and you get married with your family's blessings in 2025? All right, let's see here. Based on current energies, will you guys get married in 2025? Well, you got the star card, which is dreams come true, and the 8 of swords. It just for it to happen here, there is this possibility here with the star card because it is wish upon a star, right? The 8 of swords is becoming aware and releasing the fears and becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel limited and trapped and restricted before. And the 8 is a great number because it's flow. So you do have this change coming in here, this release of this energy, this mental beliefs that you're allowing to fall away. And what that has to do here too is if you have these old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, these old opinions that are rooted in fear around marriage and family blessings and everything, it's releasing all of that supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And this flow allows you to kind of just, instead of focusing on the fears, we focus on gratitude and joy and celebration. And that changes the whole energy of things, which can move things along um, more quickly and more smoothly. And that's why I feel like that helps you with this all happening in 2025. But if there's a lot of fear, that's what ends up being anchors and holds things back and could actually delay it. So that's what's coming in for you, Kritika. So I like that. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Great Quartz, you'll be the next free reading. We'll come back to you in a moment. I do have an additional donation. Thank you so much, June, for that. Let's give you some love there. All right. So let's shuffle these up here. And you want to know, how will your wedding with your future wife be like? All right, let's take a look here. So the actual wedding, like the wedding day and the wedding process. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. Okay. And let's see what we got here. Oh, wow. Beautiful. So I chuckled because your first two cards are um, Knight of Swords and the Three of Cups. Three of Cups, joy, celebration, wonderful card. So that's, very joyful. They are kind of um, not warning, but saying it's the joy is amplified if you stay out of your head. King of Swords rules over the swords, but it gets a second portion of swords. So they're very much in their mind and the supposed tos, the shoulds, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They're like, if you will step out of that, see things from a higher perspective, focus on the joy of the event rather than all the you know, ideas that were told, this is what a wedding has to be and blah, 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 because that gets, overwhelming and sucks the life out of out of things here. So definitely I can see that here. I like that you got the lovers card. I mean, it's beautiful. What an important day. And it's making the the event, making that it's a celebration of your love with them that's important here. You got the moon card too, Mother Luna, beautiful, beautiful, powerful energies. Um, and I feel like they're saying, when you're planning the wedding date, be aware of the moon energy. So if you're picking a date, is it around a full moon? If it is, what kind of moon is it? um, you know, and maybe it's we want to do it more towards a new moon instead of a full moon, new beginnings, because the full moon's going to amplify everything. So if you're going to plan on having joy and having everything, a full moon is great. But if there's going to be a lot of anxiety and things around it, then don't do it around a full moon. Do it more a new moon for new beginnings and planting new seeds and moving forward. But moon energy is important here. The Knight of Pentacles is, the slowest moving knight out of them all. So it does unfold, but I feel like there's a lot of, with all the planning and all of that stuff, I feel like it's a long process for it to happen. To have patience with it as you go on with it. Yeah, yeah, and having patience with the unfolding of it, definitely the Knight of Pentacles. And you have the Six of Wands, which is again a victory and great card to have here. So it does feel here, and the Four of Cups, which is this emotionally stable emotional stability, so very solid foundation here. I like all of this. The only thing that they're really saying is, stay out of your head with the King of Swords. Balance the heart and the mind. Don't have it have to be exactly something. Allow it to be focusing on the joy and the celebration of it, not the supposed to's, the shoulds, the need to's, the have to's, the musts, because that will just bring a lot of stress and anxiety. Like, oh, this didn't happen right. Oh, this needs to happen. And it's like you are the two individuals getting married, so it's like it's your day. Everyone else, if they don't like it, can suck it up. And I like that. I like that approach because, you don't have this, you know, um, fears and anxiety and stress about everyone else. You're like, this is our day. How do you want it to be? What do you want in it? We're going to do it our way and be flexible with it. So I like that. All right. And that's what they have for you. Folklore culture wedding. That sounds exciting. So that is what they have. Again, thank you so much for your donation, Dune. I appreciate that. All right. So back up to great quotes. Should you return Luna to her adopters, a new pup that you got, will she be happy with you or not? All right, we'll take a look here. There are no shoulds, of course, on the other side. There's like different choices with different experiences. And so we'll take a look here is, you know, um, I mean, the card that came flying out, I didn't get to ask a question, Ed, is the star card, which is what is your dream come true? And whatever you focus on, if this is like, this is what I want, then boom, you're gonna make it work. And she's gonna be happy wherever she's at. Puppies, animals, they are like, unless they're being abused by someone, in a puppy mill, uh, they're gonna be loving. They have a loving family wherever. Let's take a look here. We're gonna ask specifically, um, um, is we'll ask, is it a higher experience for you to have her? And then we'll ask about her. So is it a higher experience for you? Okay. And then is it a higher experience for her? And this is all about being with you. So we've got the King of Swords for you on being, is this the highest for you? Well, the King of Swords says, if you will get out of your mind of the supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. Like if you're like, the puppy is supposed to act this way and this and this and this and this, puppies are going to be puppies, right? And so if you get out of your head, yeah, it'll be a great experience. But if you're in that, I want things a certain way, then, a puppy's like having a little toddler, right? They're gonna get into the trash. They're gonna get into things. They're learning, they're growing, they're gonna pee on the floor, getting all so excited to see you. So there's a lot of that there. And will it be for you? They have the Knight of Pentacles, which is yes, but slow moving knight. They're like they'll eventually be happier with you. I feel like I feel like once they get I don't know if you're gonna put them in puppy training, but I feel like once they get through the training, then they're just gonna be super, super happy because they love, they love, um, these are animals. They're human, they're not human souls but they're souls, the same souls that are in humans. We're all animals. Because we have experience in lifetimes as animals, as elements. We all do that, and so it's a higher soul that's in that. But in animals, it's more of being a passenger. There's all these instincts and natural things that um, the animal will just do. We influence it slightly here and there, but for the most part, it's all animal instinct. And so once you train them the animal instinct, but I like how Spirit just said, you know, do what is your dream, not what is someone else's dream. With all of that, because they're like, if you um if it's something you want, you're gonna you get out of your mind and into your heart. And if you want to do puppy training to make things go more smoothly, eventually the puppy will be happy about it because they're going to see that they're making you happy and that they're not being yelled at or um you know um because they pick up on all the energy. Hopefully that helps, great courts. But I feel like they're saying, live your dream. So too funny. All right. So many blessings to you, great courts. And then Grace, 1111, who is coming towards you? Let's take a look here. Who is coming towards you? What does Spirit want you to know about who is coming towards you right now? All right. So we've got someone here with this 9 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. This is the heartbreak, disappointment, expectations equal disappointment card, and the 9 of Wands is someone who hit their head up against a wall over and over and over because of their fears here. And so there is this energy that unfolds with all of this of, you know, that it's someone that had been holding back because of fears and then not able to move forward with this in the past. So I feel like it's someone that you've known, but there's been this, I don't know, distance, this energy that's kept them, away. And I feel like it had to do with their fears, not that they feared you, or anything like that. I feel like they had previous heartbreaks and different experiences when they were younger, or past relationships that kept them from moving forward. And I feel like you know who this is. I feel like you know that there was this connection, but you were like, but they never made moves. They never, you know, made that leap or took those steps because it feels like almost like you know who it is in a way that you're like, yeah, they never really got over their ex, and you're like, that's okay. I'm not going to push this, and I don't want to be the rebound person. It's like they always talked about their ex, and like you have a friendship with them. But I feel like that's who is now moving towards you. Doesn't mean you have to accept it, but that is who is moving towards you, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in for you, Grace. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So Mia, thank you for your additional donation. And I don't see a question yet, I do believe. So I will continue with the free readings for the sake of time. And as soon as I see your question pop up, we'll jump down to it. All right, soul searching vibe. You wanted a general reading. Let's see what spirit wants you to know right now. All right. So you've got the Three of Wands and the King of Pentacles here. And I feel like you're having this change of direction with this Three of Wands that you're going to be taking with this King of Pentacles energy. The King of Pentacles is, I mean, they've gone through the entire Pentacle journey through all the Pentacle suit. And the Pentacle suit is about the outside world, about worth, about how we look at things. And one of the big things the King of Pentacles learns is that when he defines his worth by the outside world, he feels very unstable, feels very, um, you know, um, unstable. That worth feels unstable because we're taught define it by our relationships, by situations and things. All of those things are unstable in the outside world. People change, they pass away, they walk away. So those will never stay the same. Situations never stay the same. Things, bodies, bank accounts, whatever, break down, blow up, burn down, stolen, deteriorate, whatever. So they learn, okay, when I define myself by retail price, which is how we feel we're worth in the outside world, we end up on the clearance rack, right? Or donated. But when we return back to self worth, which is inward and upward self, then we'd start defining ourselves by the only thing that is truly stable in this life, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. We find that inward and upward, and then our worth changes. And because of that, I feel like you're coming into a new way of looking at your worth, holding on to the Ace of Pentacles, which is the new way of looking at your worth. And then you end up choosing to go in some different directions in your life because you didn't feel like you could go in certain directions because of, well, I don't feel like I deserve that or that I could do that. But your confidence and your stability of your worth is just growing and growing, where you're like, you know what, I can do that. And you're taking the off ramp off this highway to go into a different highway in a direction that's more in alignment with what you deserve. And now that you are realizing that you deserve it. So I like it. All right. And that's what they have for you, Soul Searching Vibe. So many blessings. And Links Lee, you'll be the next reading. And I do have a donation. So Mia, let me give that some love. I see your question down there. Hey again. So in 2024, will you be able to reach your goal of creating your own first series of paintings, your official website, and make it a successful business and start selling? Wow. You've been an artist your entire life, but going into abstract painting now. Ooh, and you love it. You hope people will like your work. You are very well. You're very good. Oh. Very nice, Zane. All right, let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about this? So, first of all, will you be able to reach your goal of creating your own first series and then your official, website? Cards are flying out for that one here. All right. And then make it a successful business. Okay. Give some advice about that, and then start selling. Okay. And overall, what about this here? Okay, very good. So let's take a look. So, are you going to be able to start it this year? Well, you definitely have the Page of Pentacles, which is definitely an opportunity for new beginnings in the outside world, progression in the outside world. You just have to kind of figure some stuff out with this Five of Swords. It's like the battle between your heart and your mind. Your heart wants to do things, and your mind just might have some, I would say, like rules about how it's supposed to happen and how it needs to. And with your first series, if you're If your mind gets too much into it, then um, it tends to screw it up. You know, it's like when you're trying to write a book and because it's your passion, and then your mind gets into it and goes, well, it needs to be this, it needs to be that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And then you just start procrastinating because it feels like a lot of work instead of an expression of your joy, right? And I like it. The bottom of the deck does show that this is your calling with the judgment card. It's your higher self calling you into this, higher way of looking at things. I mean, a way of expressing your love with the world. So I do feel like you have an opportunity to do the series as long as you're doing it by not going, I got to get a series out, but that I love what I'm creating, and you're allowing inspiration, you're connecting to your heart, focusing and connecting to the creative energy of the higher realms and expressing this onto painting, allowing it to be like your meditation, your expression of this love in your heart, right? Rather than I got to get a series done, right? And so I feel like that's important there. Then your official website, you have the Five of Pentacles, which is a transformation here. And so, asking spirit here for assistance and not depending on humans to bring you what you need, but trusting the creator is going to bring you the perfect person to help you with your website, or give you the abilities and give you direction if you feel like, oh, I can handle a website, boom. But the Five of Pentacles is a transformation of abundance and success. So I like that, but there is this trusting um, energy that is involved in that. So trusting the creator around your website. You know the what, but the who, the how, the when, and all that. Trust creator and tune in with spirit, and they'll guide you along that. And then a successful business here. Um, let's take a look what we've got here. Yeah, you've got all this energy. So here's the balancing of the head and the mind. So we already talked about that with the Five of Swords. So here, the Queen again is coming into, yeah, you just have to balance the mind, the business mind, but allow the heart to express itself. It's like keeping them separate because you've got the Two of Wands and the Two of Cups, which is telling me this is the energy of keeping them separate. Allow one to be the business. It's almost like if you're a Gemini, or it's having a split personality in a way. Let the mind deal with the business, but let the heart deal with the art. The heart deal with the art. Look at, they made a rhyme. They're so fun. Let the mind deal with that. You're a Libra, so that makes sense too. But I like that, this balancing that can come in here. Seven of Cups, I do see here this is expressing all these different emotions. That is reiterating, let the heart deal with the art, and that it has a lot to express, a lot of different emotions to express here. When we talked about start selling, you've got the Hanged Man, which is seeing things from a different perspective, transformation. And so it will come. It just takes a little bit of time, like a butterfly, caterpillar transforming to a butterfly. It's like allowing that energy, allowing things to progress. Don't let pressure and rushing you know, get that, overcome and overwhelm things because it sucks the life creativity. We go into fear, and the our creative mind happens when we're connected to the higher realms. When we're in fear, it's noisy and it drags us out and it disconnects us from the creative mind. That's why people have writer's block and test anxiety, interview anxiety, stage fright. If I didn't say that, but it's all that, for sure. It's like, okay, it's going to unfold perfectly. And then I'm going to focus my heart into, doing those things. Yeah. Yep. And here we go. So got endings and beginnings. 10 of swords, 10 of wands. A lot of energy. If we find we're investing a lot of energy in a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, this is about putting an end to where we're investing all of our energy and trying to live up to other people, like, well, this is what people want, or this is how it's supposed to unfold. This is what an art business looks like. This is what an art website looks like. It's like, no, be true to you and allow yourself to create things you know, with help from spirit, from your heart, not from, again, that 10 of wands and 10 of swords is about all of that energy and all of that bleh, uh yeah, it's like all this energy going into a black hole of trying to please everyone, and it's stepping away from all that and realizing where in my life am I investing a lot of energy because I can take this stuff back, this stuff that's urgent but is not important. No, no more. It's taking back all of this energy so you can focus the energy on doing what your dream is rather than trying to do all this other stuff. And it's like finding what is your North Star and you focus on that, and whatever doesn't fit into that gets dumped. And I like that kind of energy. And that's what can make it successful is if you're trying to juggle everything, if you have 10 things you're focusing on, everything moves ahead one space. But if you zero it down to one or two things, one thing goes up 10 spaces or two things go up 5 spaces, right? So as we clear away the clutter of where we're investing our energy, that also helps as well. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love it for you, Mia Mia. Definitely it's your calling. You got the judgment card that was on the bottom, which is that's your that's what you came here to express your dharma, your life purpose through art. And I love that. So that is beautiful. Beautimus Maximus. There's even in this book that we're actually finishing up today in our praying mantis session, one of the dharmas is art, and one of the archetypes is an artist. And let me see here. For some reason, they're guiding me to it, so we will take a look here. Activist. I think there was artist, entertainer, researcher. Oh, here it is. The artist, the artist, the artist. Yeah, just briefly, the artist is put on this earth to create beauty. They are channels of divine expression through art, song, design, poetry, and or dance. They are tapped into the beauty of all things, taking in the sights, the sounds, the tastes, and smells in their surroundings. They need the world around them to be aesthetically pleasing or they feel out of balance. They're very particular about the way they like things and have a signature style to everything that they do. So I do find this here. Um, yeah, it might be interesting if you just what you can do, because I'm not going to read all that in here, but there is here here. This is from the author. It's from their website, which is free. But here is a link to the Dharma archetype quiz. I bet if you take that, you'll come out an artist, or at least it'll be because it gives you a primary and secondary. So if you're interested, check that out. All right. So that's what they have you, Mia Mia. So many blessings to you. And let's see, where did I leave off? I lost my place. Let's see. Okay, Linksley, we were coming back to you. I remember now for the next free reading. And I'll be on for about 15 more minutes. I have quite a few more people to go, I think. So I probably will return this afternoon, because after this, I'll be heading off to my Praying Mantis members session, and then I'm going to eat and run an errand before it goes into our sub-zero weather tomorrow. And then I'll be back on to complete the free readings. And I will be back as well this evening at 6 p.m. and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also tomorrow and Sunday at 11 a.m. All right. So, Links Lee, want to know Leo's feelings and next actions towards you today? Let's see where they're at today here. What's going on with this Leo? All right. So we've got the King of Cups coming in here, which is the balancing of this heart and this mind. And the Seven of Wands energy coming in here is, it's passionate type of energy. It's like, I want to express myself, but I'm not going to change my tune. I'm not going to change my, um, like, it's like the sun does not ask permission to shine. I'm who I am, and it doesn't dim its light for anyone. It's like, you can't take it, step out of the sun. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in here is they're balancing their heart and their mind, but they're kind of in this place of I'm going to be me and tough everyone. And so I feel like they're stepping out into the spotlight, and the kind of energies they have towards you is this balanced heart and mind, but kind of this, um, and this could or could not have anything to do with what you're doing, but they've got this idea that, um, and that makes sense with this Leo energy because Leos are about, especially when they're lower vibrational energies of their sign, are look at me, look at me world. They want to be in the spotlight. They want everyone to see them and they don't want to dim themselves. They don't want to be like, well, they might feel like you and other people have these perceptions of um, limitations, like, well, you're not being who I need you to be. You're here and you need to be here. You need to bring it down because you're just too out there. That's the kind of energy I feel they have. And like I said, it could or could not be anything that you're doing. I feel like this is just how they're feeling, and they feel like this towards you. And the next actions, I feel like they aren't looking for um anything anything. They're like they want um to live without intentions. They just want to be able to hang out and do things. And I feel like they're in this place where people, if it's out of sight, out of mind, where they're just focusing on what's happening right now. And then if you bump into them or you call them like, hey, you want to go do something? But they're not like, oh, I want to go after you specifically. They're just kind of balancing everything. And they're trying to they're at a point of standing up for this is who I want to be, and if people don't like it, tough. That's the kind of energy I feel from them, Linksley. So interesting, but that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. Absolutely, Mia Mia. You are very welcome. All right. Anusri, you're up next. So anything that you need to know, what does spirit feel you need to know right now? All right. You've got both. Wow. The Hierophant and the Judgment card coming in here. This is your higher self drawing up to see things more clearly, capital T truths of who you want to be, what you want to do with life, where you want to be, who you want to be with. Just a lot of clarity around seeing it from a higher perspective. And then you got the Judgment card, which is your higher self drawing you and calling you to see things from a higher perspective. So both of these major arcana, I feel like that's an important time for you to really connect with your higher heart and get out of the mind of the supposed to's of the that you've been given all your life and go, what do you want? Not what you've been taught you're supposed to want, but what do you truly want for your life and yourself, and where you want to head, what you want to be, what's your dream, right? And I feel like you're getting a lot of clarity around this, but you are having this invitation from your higher self to go, you've been really influenced by a lot of people in your life through fear and punishment and some praise, but maybe more, you're not being who you need to be kind of attitudes that have created this, "Ugh," you know, dream that's been given to you, and you're like, I am not wanting to do that. I want to live my dream. And I feel like you're at this point that's your higher self is drawing you to see things from those perspectives so that you can make steps towards that. So I like that for you, New Street. That's what's coming in for you right now. And then many blessings. And Cutie, you are up next. So, how will your future spouse be? Let's take a look here and see. And for this lifetime, what's your future spouse? What they're willing to share here. All right. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So they definitely have, a good solid foundation in the outside world, and I feel like um, they've really, when you meet them, will have just gone through a significant change in their life, an upgrade with the pay. You're like, obviously they're marrying me. No, but when you meet them, which is still an upgrade, you're like, boom. But the Page of Swords is about seeing having clarity around their life, and it's beautiful because they've got this endings and beginnings that brings in beautiful, beautiful change and beautiful, beautiful transformation. So, feeling very solid in their outside world financially, just a very solid foundation um, all around. And the Page of Swords is that they've got a great head on their shoulders, and they've really have clarity of life that's come in here. So someone who's really focused in where they're going, what they're doing, and things are just moving along for them too. So I like that. I feel it's very, very adventurous, very fiery, but in a motivational type of magician kind of way where they're taking action towards things. They know who they want to be and what they want, and they're going after it, which I like. So that's what they have for you, cutie, so far. So many blessings to you. And then Starfall, you are up next. You want to know, does Jay have romantic feelings for you, or is she just being friendly? All right, let's take a look here. Oops. All right, let's see what those are. You got two sets of cards here. Oh, wow. All right. Well, so I feel like there's some conflict going on here. Head and heart are going back and forth, and we've got the 5 of Wands, which is inner energetic conflict. The two cards that popped out that I was like, because I normally just pull one or two cards for readings, but this is very important because you got the Lovers card and the 2 of Cups. Definitely romantic feelings there. It's an important relationship, but there definitely has this underlying energy. I mean, these are the two. I mean, this is basically what each card refers back to one another, and they came out together, and they weren't together in the deck. So definitely, it feels like there are romantic feelings there. There's just some conflict inside their mind, between their mind and their heart and their energies. I feel like they're just, and that is when you're being friendly and you're like, well, I really like someone, I like who they are, but would going into a romantic relationship screw it up? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I feel is going on in there. So that's what they have for you, Starfall. So many blessings to you. All right. And Goldie, you are up next. So a love reading. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about love, love, love? All right. So there is this energy here about, 3 of Pentacles is you being true to your authentic self. And with the Emperor, this is Aries energy and about moving forward, taking steps to go forward. And this would be you determining, who is it that I want to be? What do I want to do? Getting out of, we have a lot of self appointed advisors in our life growing up, and parents and everything else. A lot of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and must around love. Well, the Emperor card and the uh, 3 of Pentacles, both of these are about, okay, thank you, everyone, clear the throne room. I'm going to decide what I want. And I'm going to take action. I'm going to put form around it. and I'm going to move forward. There's also this underlying energy of not making finding love like your purpose, but being true to your authentic self is what are your passions? What do you love about life? And doing that and stepping forward, finding out what it is I want to do, where I want to be. And so if you love pottery, for example, that's the one that they bring back to me over and over again a lot, and you're like, well, I'm going to go. There's this pottery shop that they let you use their potter's wheel. You can buy clay there. They let you use their kiln to fire it. And they even have the paints and stuff that you can, pay a nice amount, like a low budget amount to be able to use it. And while you're there, you bump into someone and they're going, what are you making? That's interesting. And you're like, well, it's a blah, 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 blah. What are you doing? And they're like, da, da, and you're like, what? That's like South African, art. And they're like, yeah, how did you know that? And like, it's something I love, whatever. And you're like, the spark happens, and you're like, hey, you want to grab some coffee? I'd love to talk more. And they're like, yeah. And here you go. And that's where you find love, is by living that. So I like it for you, Goldie. So discovering what your passion is and taking action toward it. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. And so, Smooth Life, you are up next. And you want Pisces feelings and next actions towards you. All right. All right. Boom, boom. Here we go. So, Pisces feelings. Well, it's interesting. This Pisces is all up in their head right now. I feel like it's more than just with you. I feel like it's all about their life here. Because the Knight of Swords, is a slow moving knight, but they're in pursuit of seeing things from different perspectives, and I just feel like they're thinking. And the Seven of Pentacles is the slowest moving, I mean, not the slowest moving knight. That's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. It's a patience type of card that's coming in here, and I feel like they're just thinking about so many things, which Pisces are big feelers, but I feel like something's taken them out of their heart and into their head, and they're just overthinking a lot of stuff. Maybe they have a lot of air in their chart, or maybe an air element moon, right? but they're but they're very much about thinking and not feeling, and it's slowness. So I feel like they're just kind of reevaluating their life and thinking about stuff, and it's slow moving here with that Seven of Pentacles. So I don't feel like there's actions that have been determined yet, and the feelings are like on pause and on hold as they look at like, who do they want to be, what do they want to do, where they want to go. I can just feel like they're kind of just thinking about everything, and then so the heart is paused. It's like they've, like, if you ever are driving in a vehicle and you're getting close to where you're supposed to be, you have to turn down the radio so you can see. That's what they're showing me, is they're like, they paused the music, the heart music, so that they can be like, now where am I going? Okay, now I can turn the music back on. But I feel like that's what's happening right now, Smooth Life. So that's what's happening. All right. All right, everybody. I'm going to just take some quick screenshots here, because I am about to head off to my Praying Mantis member session. So if you want to join me over there for $7.99 a month, you can be a Praying Mantis member, where we, after every single one of these sessions, I do have at least an hour session with my Praying Mantis members, as well as on Thursday nights, we have a 2-hour Q&A, and we learn about, we have spirit things, we read books, we talk about astrology, we pull past life readings, oracle readings, tarot readings. We do a bunch of things. So if you're interested, all that information's in the description box of the video. And so after this session, I will be going to, like I said, going over there, and then, sorry, I can't do two things at once sometimes. Right, here we go. Let me just get this. All right. There we go. So after I go to my praying mantis session, like I said, I'm gonna go eat and grab. I have to run an errand before we get our sub-zero weather coming here over the next 3 days. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll be back, and I will jump back on and complete the free readings as much as I can, and I will in come back to this video and post a link to that one. But if you're subscribed, if you just make sure your notification setting is sent to all, you'll be notified when that session starts. There won't be a chat in that one. I'll just be coming on to complete these. And after I'm done, I will pin a comment on that video in the order in which I completed the readings, which is the order in which they appeared in the chat. That's why I took screenshots of it all. And then I'll do that. I will be back tonight and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, as well as on Saturday and Sunday morning, again at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So you can join me then. And yeah, that's it for now. Oh, yeah, just to make sure if you guys want something to watch while you're waiting, of course, we do have my 2024 energy forecast that we put out here, as well as winter solstice. Pick a card, which talks about the next 2.5 months. Also, Capricorn season started. So if you're a Capricorn sun baby, definitely check out that one. There's a special bonus birthday reading in that one. But pick a card for everyone. Also have an amazing pilgrimage meditation. Pick a card here if you want to check that out. And then also we had the new moon yesterday morning, Capricorn. This still is good information. You can still take advantage of the wishes of the moon. So be sure to check that out. And then also, if you're interested, I do offer personal readings and past life readings, some other items. And I just introduced birthday readings, which are half off till the end of January. So you can check that out, and all that other information's in the description box of the video down below. So thank you guys again for all the thumbs up. It does tell me you're enjoying these uh, sessions, and just know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. And we'll see you soon. Until then, much love to you. You hang in there, and you take care. We'll see you.